Hello everyone. Hello.
You gonna get us started then, Jan?
Yeah. Hey, welcome to tonight's preview stream for Semmeringbahn or Semmeringtalbahn, whatever you prefer. Today we'll be looking at the upcoming add-on for Trains in World 4, Semmeringbahn, which is releasing on April 18th, so in exactly 7 days, but you can already pre-order it on Steam with a 10% discount bonus as well. And I'm very excited for this. This is literally my absolute favorite route in all of Austria. Always loved having the Vienna Graz shift going over the Semmering. So
it's worth just highlighting,
buzzing.
double back on that for a minute, Jan, because you worked there, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
So you were what did you do on the railway?
I used to be a conductor for several years for the ÖBB. And I conducted trains across the Semmering and you'll see the part today going from Wiener Neustadt to Mürzzuschlag. So it's a very picturesque route. We're gonna have a fantastic view, some high-speed action going between between Wiener Neustadt and Gloggnitz, and then slowly making our way up the Semmering. And
Interesting shape of this route is because it feels like more like an American mountain pass, doesn't it? Because you kind of it's a steep haul all the way up. Was it about sort of 1.5, 1.6%, something like that? Is fairly well, I think, the ruling grade on a lot of it. I think it's sharper on one side than the other. So you're climbing all the way from Mürzzuschlag up to Semmering. And then it's all downhill until you get to Gloggnitz, and then relatively level, I think, until Wiener Neustadt. So it's kind of it's a game of three halves, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, there's pretty much something for everyone in there.
Excellent. Right, shall we get on and look at some game content? Then is there anything else you want to introduce, Lucas? We should say hello, Lucas.
Hello.
He's just sitting there in the middle, all quiet, you know.
That was good. That was good. I was trying to tease Matt with my snack, and then I did it too late, so I had to finish it while we already started.
At least he's honest about it.
He's got this.
No. I'm excited for this route. I was there 2 times, and it's always been a pleasure because Austrian food is good, Austrian air is good, and the mountain ranges are very nice. It's a pleasant, 2 pleasant holidays.
Working holidays, yeah.
No,
Well, you were working.
that was another trip.
Oh,
that wasn't the same one.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, apparently
I didn't
you're
count that
coming in
because
a bit loud. Can you adjust your microphone?
Can put it further away.
I think
No,
old school solutions to the problem there.
The working trip only brought me as far as Mürzzuschlag. I actually didn't go over the pass.
Oh, got you. Right. All right. I've lowered the general audio down a little bit, so we'll see how that is. I can adjust it as necessary. But folks, let's see how we get on. Obviously, the focus is going to be on the game audio. Right. Okay. Let's move on and actually get into the game. Right. Okay. So we've got. What have we got here? We have got 253 services. We'll go and have a look at the service menu in a minute. Scenarios. Lucas, can you just take us through, the outline of these scenarios? What to expect?
Yeah, sure. As our team in recent times, they were very keen on making more and more impactful scenarios with storylines, and these go all across. Like you got scenarios where you have to rescue locos which are broken down, and they are always always have special effects these days, which I find very nice. So they're definitely keen to look into. Especially, I think Firewatch was it, and Snowed In. You get quite some special scenery in those scenarios, and that's quite fun. Blizzard Bus is the one where you need to stop and pick up a few hikers that were stuck. The railway, it's quite interesting because the railway for the mountains goes through parts of the mountains where there are not a lot of roads. So actually would have happened. They do pick up people with the train, especially if they're like heavily injured. Because especially in the winter, the train tracks are often more accessible than by road.
Yeah, you want to just try and turn your microphone down a bit. You're actually peeking out on our system. And I haven't got individual control over it.
Give me.
Oh, hang on, I do.
Second.
Hold on, I can just use Discord and tell Discord to shut you up. All right. Sorry, talking again.
Yes. Hello. Test.
Is that softer? Sounds softer to me. Let's see how we get on with that. I can adjust. I've got a bit more latitude to adjust Lucas if necessary, and a mute button.
No
obviously.
idea. It's the same microphone.
Sounds better. There you go. Sounds better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, right. Okay, so we got a range of scenarios doing some pretty cool stuff. Beta testers specifically wanted me to call the scenarios out and said they really enjoyed them, something really different to what we're normally seeing. So, because I went to the beta testers before the stream and said, folks, you've been spending a lot of time playing this, and they really have been spending a lot of time playing this. What do you think I should be calling out? And the scenarios was several of them came in and said scenarios, definitely. So go and play the scenarios, folks. Even if you don't normally go play scenarios, you need to. Right, so let's have a look here. Training modules, you'll have the usual range of you have the route intro, and then you'll have the 182, the 4024 in the training centre itself. Obviously, you've got free run. Let's go timetable then. So this is timetable, and there's one on there that's going to make you go, wait, what? What? But this has got all the DLC installed. This is using all of the layers that are in there. I think this is showing everything, isn't it, Lucas?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So talk us through the wait what moment there in the bottom right.
Yeah, the class 47. Everybody went like, wait, what? But that's actually real because there's a class 42 which went to Romania and which has done several rail tours and also across Semmering. And the loco obviously isn't quite right. For example, the real one that did it had like PZB fitted. This one doesn't. But it's still something that happened. So this loco actually went this route. So it's even that it's a British loco, but it's not out of place.
It's a one-off novelty, and it sort of felt wrong not to represent it somewhere as that. It's what coaches? It's hauling the RBB coaches, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. And then obviously you've got a 181. There's a single service, and then you've got the 103, which is doing a single service as well. And that's using the left-right coaching stock, isn't it?
Yeah.
Super.
The Vectron obviously subs in for freight. There are a few extra services for the Vectron for freight.
So I've got one here and loads here. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know what the difference is there.
I think the one is the sub-in and the other one is the extra scenario.
Okay.
I'm not 100.
So there's lots of freight on this, and I gather it's authentically timed as well.
Yeah.
So tons and tons of freight on here, and you can use the Vectron and the 1116 will do all the freight as well as all the passenger. So kind of so you've got a nice bit of variety there using either the freight loco or using the passenger / freight loco, which is 1116. And you can see here, this is kind of the core of your passenger services are on here as well. So there's lots of stuff on here to do. So there you go. There is a Mürzzuschlag to Wiener Neustadt service there. And then the last one in here is the 4024, and the 4024 is running services. What we got? Wiener Neustadt to Payback. This one's running Mürzzuschlag, Wiener Neustadt, so it's full length runs. You can see hour and 20 minutes there for a full length run. Quite a few half an hour runs in there, and a number of sort of one hour 20 minutes circa sort of times, and some depot moves here if you really can't stand anything more than a minute. So yeah, good range of stuff actually, doing all sorts of different things. The 4024 is included in the pack. Am I correct, Lucas?
Yes.
So you don't need to own Vorarlberg, but you probably do because it's TSW4. But it's in there, and similarly, you've obviously got the 1116. So I think that's probably it for the outline. There is the journey as well. Let me have a look at the journey. Yodel all the way. I love the gameplay team; they're great. Taming the Bull is your first one. Bull Rush has got some more stuff in it. So there's a journey. And it does journey things, right? So let me go Semmering timetable 1116. Now, normally I would have prepped this in advance to work out what we're actually going to drive, but I don't think that's in this. We've done that, have we, Jan?
So we're going to do a full run.
This is Mürzzuschlag, Wiener Neustadt. Was it a northbound run that we said we'd do?
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah, let's do a northbound.
Yeah, let's do a northbound run. 9:30 a.m. Custom weather. No. July. I'm going to leave the skies clear today. Why not?
Wonderful Niedertalbahn.
Right, okay, so the first thing you're going to notice, which you'll have seen in the video we put out a while ago now, is it's not the usual analog 182 with the old school gauges and the green desk and so forth. This is a rebuilt cab, quite a substantially rebuilt cab, and yeah, this represents a different version. And you got the center unit here because of where the doors are down here, so you can use that as well. Right.
Where's the C on the battery?
It's gone because it's not there in real life.
I know.
Finally. Right. Let's just check the brake. That's on full service. Key in. Put it in forward. That's fun. Right, let's put it passenger door indicator over there and open the doors. Oh no, they already opened. I think it's in ABB mode. So you can change the door control mode. I'll show you that in a minute. So let's set the headlights to that one. And then, yeah, this is your door control mode. So in ABB mode, you just set the door switch to left or right. In DB mode, where was I again? This one here. You switch this one over to DB mode, then you not only have to do that, but you also have to use the TAV switch down here, the open and closed doors. So in OBB mode, we don't need the white switch, which is incredibly efficient. Let's get the parking brake released. Now, somewhere up here, I'm assuming that there's some piece of big craziness that I need to think about, or is that in the corridor, Lucas?
Either right of you or on the other side. I think it was on the other cab. Or here. There it is. I always use the keyboard shortcuts, that's the problem.
I do as well, but I thought, you know, I'd go a bit crazy and actually do it by hand this time. BTB, ZMS.
You're missing PZB.
I know.
Might be here.
That's that one. That's that one.
Sure, it has
not
to be.
here. Got LZB. That's PZB there.
Yeah.
Right, we have all the business in there. Let me just push that back to there and the doors will start closing, which is good. I never promised I was looking at what I was doing, awake or concentrating, so leave me alone. Right, lights on, external light switch on. Got reading light as well, but it's too bright to be able to use that at the moment. Right, okay, good. Let's get out of Dodge. Turn AFB on to 80 kilometers an hour.
Then we gotta listen to the sound.
Did you actually turn AFB on?
Yeah, I press Control R as well.
Okay.
AFB. AFB, 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 AFB.
Give it a bit.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Bro.
I was just being impatient, that's all.
Remember, do not release.
Sorry?
Do not release the PCB.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Right, so we're going off up here. What's going on over here?
So, because this journey takes quite a while and it's quite slow, I mean, most of the mountain section is 60 kilometers an hour. They are building a tunnel.
Let's go and have a look at the tunnel while the train sorts itself out. There you go. So this is the new route that's being built at the moment, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Semmering base tunnel or Basistunnel.
Zugbeeinflussung.
That's supposed to be finished 2026, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but they pushed it to 2030. Takes a while.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, that cuts the train time down from like 1 hour to like 20 minutes, so it's quite substantial. Because you go from 60 kilometers an hour through curves to like 250 max speed.
Pretty much a straight line, and it branches off in Gloggnitz and then comes back here in Mürzzuschlag, if I remember correctly. And I mean, it makes sense, but it's also a shame because I'd rather have an hour of nice views and, you know, relaxed chugging along than 20 minutes of tunnel.
I'm the same.
It makes sense.
I'd much rather have the beautiful sea, especially when it's this nice. Not at the minute, but obviously when we get there.
I mean, from what I remember, they're planning to mainly use the tunnel for like high-speed services and freight. The normal commuter services and BMC cars will probably still, the IC cars will still go over the mountain.
I mean, there's still a lot of traffic that also wants to go up there, right? There's quite a lot of tourism.
Yeah, Semmering is a very popular hiking spot. And obviously there's people living there, so they're gonna need their commuter trains to get on and off the mountain.
So this is the steep side of the route. Very soon it'll go up to 3%, I think. 2.8. For freight trains it's quite hard, so most of the freight trains here are double-headed. And they're also limited in weight pretty heavily. Because it's so steep that at some point you will need a third loco for like normal-sized freight trains. The interesting thing in Austria that since ÖBB does it all, they run passenger, they run freight all in one company. Actually, most of the locos are interchangeable, so every loco can do passenger, every loco can do freight, and they can all work together. You can put like an old 1144 and a Taurus and a Vectron all together and drive them all up the mountain. It just works. In Germany that would be yeah. We don't have that.
Yeah, that's quite a common sight around here.
I was just sitting there trying to figure out why the train wasn't accelerating. I now know that the SG is presumably Austrian or German for wheel slip.
FIFA.
It's accelerating fine now. I've taken it off max power. Let me just turn the volume down a little bit. The problem is it's really loud outside and really quiet inside. So, and when I put it in an external view so that you can see what's going on, it drowns everybody out. So I'll adjust the audio and that'll make the interior volume quieter. If we find ourselves internal for a bit, then I will adjust it back up again. Oh, actually, I've got this separate volume for doing that. Excellent, well done, me. Hopefully,
I need to. At the start, you released, despite me telling not to release. In Austria, there's actually the rule for a PZB that you're not allowed to release until you cleared the exit signal and all junctions after the station.
Makes sense. No one told me, so.
Fundamentally, it works the same. They just have different rules. And my camera just disabled.
That's fine. We're not using a camera at the minute. So yes, if you're using CFA PZB, bear that in mind, folks. Do not release. Well, at least do not release until you pass everything, but safest bet is to not release.
Do you know if there are any neutral sections along this route?
They are they're directly behind. Could be wrong.
I don't think there's any like along the high-speed part, but maybe.
Let's find out. I can't quite remember. Yeah, this is the typical start of the typical mountain scenery.
Is there a brightness turned up setting?
Yeah.
Should be
hidden.
Two buttons.
Where is it on here?
Next to the on the right. Yeah.
Lovely scenery.
Yeah, the entire area is a hiker stream. I could spend weeks there and just being outside.
If you click on the buttons inside the screen, didn't that work? It works for me.
Well, that worked, but I don't know where brightness is on here.
This is the black and white circle.
Ah! Well, there you go then.
I thought you clicked that. I was confused. Oh no, it's broken. Yeah, now we're already coming up to the long tunnel of the route, the Semmering tunnel.
Let's have a quick look at the map. So Mürzzuschlag up here, and then you get the wibbly wibblies. This is the bottom half of the tunnel. This is the top half of the new tunnel, and then you've got the straight shot up to Wiener Neustadt.
Yeah, and the tunnel coming up is actually it's two tunnels built at different times. They're intensively. I think that they will do close the top line down a little bit after the bottom tunnel has opened to renovate them.
Yeah, and Nigel is saying the scenery looks stunning and beautiful. Is it realistic, Jan?
would say so. Yeah.
I mean, it's never going to be 100%, is it? But I mean, if Jan is saying it's close, then you've got to take something
it's
from
giving
that.
me it's giving me nostalgia. I've always I was always looking forward to shifts across the Semmering, especially with the IC coaches, because they have like nice and big windows, like panorama view almost, and just sitting down and like taking in the view. Fantastic. It was like having an office job with the best view. So yeah, it's
You
giving
could
me
move your
nostalgia.
office there.
Yeah, commute would be a bit harsh, but yeah, I mean I would. Could check if one of those old signaling houses are up for sale.
Yeah, those old-looking houses that we come across once or twice. I think a little often. They're all were used by the railway back then, but not anymore because you don't need staff directly
Yeah, I
at
think
the location anymore.
Yeah, they're still owned by the ABB, I think, but they rent them probably. I would
Pizza B,
assume.
Pizza B, Pizza B.
Zugbeeinflussung.
What?
Never mind. Someone said look at coaches, not look at PZB.
Just,
Someone said, the
Just
PZB
confirm
signs
PZB
on the
works.
coaches. So I'm just proving PZB works in case there was any doubt. Yeah. Are these dynamic, Lucas?
Yes, yes.
That's just a call. Shut up, PZB. Thank you.
Türfreigabe.
Test has been passed. That's all I wanted to know. I wanted to know if PZB worked.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
wouldn't be a stream of us if we didn't do a easy break.
The next time it happens, you're gonna be like, yeah, I had to test it again.
Exactly, because I might have worked it once, but will it work a second time? Okay, there's it might be the third time it all breaks. So.
So the Semmeringbahn is actually the oldest mountain railway. I don't know if it's in the
It was
world
the
or
world's
just in Europe.
first mountain railway, as I understand it.
Yeah. Built in 1854. That's a long time ago. And if you go to, I don't know if it's in the game, but if you go to Reichenau, which is basically at the foot of the Semmering, very much in the valley. You at the station they have like 6 like large. It's not posters, but it's like old photographs and signs talking about the history of the Semmeringbahn. And it's quite interesting. I spent many a night there during night shifts, sleeping in very, very uncomfortable small beds for 3 hours before returning back to the shift. It was always nice. Reichenau is a very nice
What was
place.
it now? What did I do this time?
Did you?
I didn't release anything.
I didn't look.
Never mind. 14 hours later.
I'll review the stream in a second.
Yeah, let me know what I did.
Oh, you were restricted to 45.
Yeah, I had AFB drop down to 45, or maybe I pipped over 45 or something. It's possible it pipped over 45 because it's unforgiving about
Did someone say? Someone in chat said Sifa. Do you?
Was it Sifa?
I can't hear.
No, it's very quiet. I'm finding that very quiet. Lucas, raise a bug.
No, I mean,
It needs to be made
I
louder.
literally cannot. I literally cannot hear the game because of doubling. I guess I could turn up the stream, but then it's delayed.
Actually, that's a good idea. If I turn this up and then turn the stream down, it's no deafening for you, and I can actually hear the game. There you go.
No, you went across 45. That was the problem.
Right. Okay. I'll put FB at 40 then. Yeah, I suppose
The speed you're supposed to adhere is 40, not 45. 45 is just the limit.
I know. Speed limits, they're
It's
a target, right? Not a limit.
It's like on the road, right? When the speed limit is 30, everybody drives 33 because that's still not.
Everybody listen to Papa Lucas.
Guideline. It's fine as long as you don't get caught.
I got caught. I got caught. There you go.
See,
Just the detail. I noticed when I was messing about on here earlier that there are some. There's a thing for. Is it this one? Yeah. Does this? What can you do anything with this stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. It's just the. You can modify the brake power a little bit, if I remember correctly, and the how much current you draw, but that doesn't have an effective health.
When I came up here earlier, I did it perfectly because I was just, driving on my own.
But now you have us two chuckleheads.
Exactly.
You're blaming us.
I'm still feeling a bit sore about the Viscoff that wasn't shared as well, Lucas.
No brand names on stream.
Right, we're coming into the summit of the route. Now, I am told there's a funny character up here worth looking at as well. So, we're going to have to find him.
There's also the maybe mastery up here.
I haven't earned the mastery.
Oh.
But I can talk about what the mastery is. If stream wants me to spoil it, of course.
Oh, they will want to know because they will want to know. They want to know where it is.
So,
we open the doors.
eagle-eyed viewers that already have been to Semmering or are familiar with it will probably have seen the monument, and there's a piece of there's like a short bit of rail there, and usually there's something standing on there. That's the mastery award, the ÖBB 5144 DMU. That's usually standing there. So you, if you unlock the mastery, you unlock the 5144 DMU. And I think the funny character we were talking about, is that the selfie man?
That was the
Standing in
selfie
front of
man,
the
yeah, over there.
That's what I call forearms.
Ollie and the character team having lots of fun doing all sorts of new character animations and things.
You can also.
By the way, we can switch someone in chat just asked if we can switch between the DB and the ÖBB system, and that works. On the screen on the right, you can change the system if you want to. So you press E for enter. You can go down basically, and then accept that and accept again. And now you're in German mode.
Oh, there you go.
But now you need to close the MCB. Otherwise,
it looks like that. There we go.
Yeah. Now we're doing very illegal things. We're driving in German mode on the Austrian railway.
No one tell the boss. Be cool.
Because it takes a while to get that brake off, but then when it does, it all powers up. We're all good. Still set to 40, which is good.
Hmm.
So, if I remember correctly, the total length of this route is 68 kilometers with a total of 17 stations. It's quite a bit.
But length isn't always an indicator, right? For example, we
yeah.
have longer routes which takes much less time to traverse. So
Yeah.
um,
I mean, you can like see on the map right now, a lot of serpentine, a lot of inclines.
Someone said, "Where does the new tunnel they're making is from here in Mürzzuschlag up to here at Gloggnitz." You can see the spurs where the tunnel is. Now you can't drive the tunnel, to be clear, but that's where it is in reality. A route where you spend the entirety of it in a tunnel is just not interesting. Whereas this is some of the most beautiful scenery in the game.
Yeah.
I really enjoy this next station. Feels cozy. Sadly, we're not stopping. Here's one of the first indications of the bridges which we will come to. So this is typical viaducts. Across the route.
You also put the hotel. I'm sorry, Lucas. I didn't want to. But you put the hotel in.
Yes.
Nice.
It's great.
I was wondering if you would do that. It's like one of the things to look at is the like this nice kind of. I don't even know what you would call the architectural style.
On the
It's like
back
set on the
side,
of the mountain.
it's a lot nicer, but we don't actually see that from the railway. Where is...
Because I seem to remember the TSC version that had a very famous road bridge modelled in the far distance, made a lot of Austrian viewers happy to see it. What would that be?
Probably talking about the Talübergang Schottwien. Is that it? Can you confirm? I'm pretty sure we can see that soon.
So you can see AFB has got us in the electric braking now as we go down. The mastery for this route, Elias, is up at Semmering at the summit of the route, and it's the DMU preserved rail car that sits there on the track. We'll be doing more with the 182 Bents, don't worry. You will hear more tones.
It's one of the aqueducts. One of the many that we're gonna cross on this route.
Lucas, do you want to talk about the plans for Salzburg?
Yeah.
16?
So the loco and the coaches will layer onto Salzburg. There are a few services for it, and it's the coaches are also used at static stock in Salzburg, so it will fill up the timetable a little more.
Is that coming on release day?
Yes, that's already in. Vorarlberg is coming a little later, so I think it's already done and dusted, but it's not. The update isn't out yet. So Vorarlberg will get a small update, and that will enable the 1116 to run as a freight loco, I think, on Vorarlberg. We'll get some more use, yes.
Yes, we can. the large two-story aqueduct called Kalte Rinne, which is a very interesting name. Oh, actually, is that the one? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's kind of an iconic moment on the route, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
You look up pictures of Semmeringbahn, you kind of... These are what comes up a lot of the time.
Yeah, this is like the poster child for Semmeringbahn.
Yeah, these ÖBB locals travel quite far. I recently went to my local station and had one in front of me. I was like, what? What's that doing here? I'm in the middle of Germany.
Captain Price, the scenarios are different to Train Sim Classic.
And here comes one of the nicest experiences of the route, the next tunnel. Because it's the next one, not this one.
Also known as the shortest tunnel in the world.
That's why it's the nicest.
The nicest tunnels are the ones that are really short.
Oh no, it's another two curves. Sorry.
In railways, tunnels are always scary. Like having an emergency brake in a tunnel is like a nightmare scenario. That's always something you want to avoid.
How do you manage your speed on steep downhill sections, Renfe? So I'm using AFB, so it does it all for me. Alternatively, you can, when you're coming down, you want to be using your electric brake if you're doing it by hand. Don't use your air brake unless you need the extra. Use your electric brake. It's much more fine control.
Yeah, I think this route is gonna test the skill of a lot of people.
Yeah, I drove the 111 up this route, and that is hard because of the. If you push too much power, it blows the motor with the tap changer. So steep gradients with that loco are really challenging. So if you want to challenge, do that. Quite fun.
This is here's
the alcoves.
Very nice.
Look outside.
You didn't say to do that?
Break the train, reverse.
Missed the best bit!
I'm a game dev, I don't look out windows. There you go, we saw trees. Okay.
Almost touchable grass. Maybe we're gonna go up the route again, so there's gonna be a second chance. It's all good.
Renfe, no, there's no spirals. Bunch of horseshoes, but no spirals.
Spirals is a very Swiss thing.
Someone's asking why we're driving on the right track. This used to be left-hand traffic, but they changed it. I want to say 2013, but I'm not sure if it's correct. It's not left-hand traffic anymore.
They upgraded a lot of the stations and changed a lot of the signaling with that. But there are still some quirks. For example, most of the trains in Semmering hold on the left side, despite the trains driving on the right. So there's a bunch of going left and forth.
I was wondering why the train comes over to the left-hand platform and then goes off to the right again. That makes sense.
Yeah, if you look out the first bit of the first alcoves, the big ones,
Tiefer.
you'll find a little Easter egg.
Look after what?
Oh.
Sorry.
The first in the tunnel. If you first look out of the first alcoves, you'll find a little Easter egg.
Ah.
Our character team is very proud of that one.
So maybe we'll leave that for the community to discover then.
The 4024
Or will-
operates, as I showed earlier on Renfe, there's services with the 4024 on the entire length of the route. Either that or some of them go down to payback.
And then you'll also have AI that comes from Leoben and from what was the name?
Brook an der Moor?
Yeah, Brook and Moor. The services that come from the other side basically end in Mürzzuschlag.
Yes.
That's also where my journey ended.
So there's a lot of commuter services between Mürzzuschlag and Payerbach-Reichenau. And then if you want to go to Vienna, you basically have to change trains to regional express train services to go to Vienna, and vice versa. There's like one train that's like the first train in the early morning. It's like at 5 a.m. or something like that. That comes from Mürzzuschlag to Vienna, which like brings the conductor colleagues.
This is a cracking junction.
It's quite a dangle.
Tiefer.
But yeah, commuter services are pretty fractured between Wiener Neustadt and Mürzzuschlag. If I remember correctly, there's not many that are going from A to B. Unlike the high-speed services, obviously, but they don't stop in Klagenschopin or Wolfsberg-Kobe.
Tiefer. Tiefer.
Should be coming to.
Which I think means that if you're looking down to your right, you should be able to see Payerbach already.
Say that again, sorry. The game keeps drowning you out.
I was saying if you're looking down the mountain to your right, you might be able to see Payerbach-Reichenau already.
Oh,
Look on the map where you are. On the map.
it's alright.
It's a little further. It's a little further.
Oh yeah.
Basically, you can see the other. You can see the other parts of the route from up there.
Türfreigabe.
You can see like bridges and stops that you're gonna come to at a later point. Because of all the circumstance. It's one more turn.
Tiefer.
I got stuck on this route during winter on a railjet service, which was not ideal.
Just to be clear, you mean in reality, don't you?
Yes, in reality.
Before anyone starts getting any strange ideas.
No. In reality, as a conductor, driving for the ÖBB, we were going from Graz back to Vienna, and it was the last train on for that shift, late evening. And we stopped at Bruck an der Mur, and I got noticed that because of the heavy snowfall, parts of this route were blocked up on Semmering because there was a pretty much like an avalanche blocking the tracks, and we were like standing in Bruck an der Mur for, I want to say, like 1.5 hours. But surprisingly enough, the passengers were quite chill about it. I was making sure to, be present and talk to them and let them know what's happening and make small talk.
That's what matters. I mean, in the UK, it doesn't matter what you say. We'll have those windows apart before you know it.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's like it's the weather. There's not much you can do.
Yeah.
If the tracks are blocked, what you gonna do?
Yeah, so down there you can see the city. In the
The
fog.
no.
That's where we're gonna cross through later. Not that one. Right, far.
Past the hill. And conversely, when you're looking up from Feierbereich, you can see like the tracks winding up the mountain, and then the bridges, or the rail bridges that you're going across, which makes for very nice sightseeing.
Yeah, but now you know why they're building the tunnel. This is a very windy and slow journey down, which the railway enthusiasts enjoy, but most people don't.
Someone asked earlier on, is that similar just reasoning behind main Spessarbahn's change for a tunnel? And yeah, it is, because again, it's a steep tunnel, a steep gradient that trains had to be specially banked over, and they don't need to be banked anymore with the tunnel. So it's it's the same logic. Flatten all your tunnels, build bridges on into all the valleys, straighten the railway out, and then they can run trains a lot faster. Less interesting for us enthusiasts, though, but that's fine, because now we can always enjoy this any way you like.
Unless you really enjoy concrete and tunnels.
Sitting in the dark.
Those people exist. I mean, I'm a game dev. I enjoy sitting in the dark.
All right.
All the freight wagons, there's no new freight wagons in this, is that correct? These are just the similar to ones that have been there before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone was asking in the forums about the assets. Pretty sure those aqueducts are all new, obviously, because I don't think there've been any.
Yeah, they've been made for
pre-existing.
this.
And what about the 1116 sounds?
They've been upgraded a lot. People will notice. They've got a nice new sound set that we acquired. Sound a lot better than the first version we did. Well, this is similar to a 182, but not the same. And yeah.
No, the wagons haven't been touched at all, John.
FIFA.
Mm.
The Class 47 is just re-layering it in from Blackpool, isn't it, DJ Snap Attack? Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's in the blue livery, but I'm sure within seconds of release, someone will have a livery done for it in Creators Club.
It's correct. It is very slow at the moment, Jason. That's gonna change when we arrive in Payerbach-Reichenau and are able to speed up on the high speed part of this route. Like speed is pretty much limited to 80, 70, 60 across this mountain pass. But later on we can step on the gas.
Yeah, here's another one of the two railway houses. Austria. I need to go back.
Yeah, anytime.
Someone book me a ticket.
We're actually gonna drive on this route in real life. Me and my better half next month. Because we're gonna go to a christening in Graz. So we booked. I wanted to get IC, an IC train, but with timing, we had to settle for railjet. But
Oh no!
it is what it is.
Oh no, a railjet.
I'm gonna go on record and I'm gonna say that as someone that worked for the ÖBB, so I am allowed to say that. I'm not a big fan of the railjet as someone that worked on it. The IC cars were always more uncomplicated and comfortable to work on. Railjet was not complicated, but so much more involved. And yeah, now we're in Payerbach-Reichenau, and if you look to your right, in the top left window, that's where I used to sleep, like every 2 weeks, for 3 hours for the night shift. Taking the last train to Payerbach-Reichenau and then taking the first train back. And it was always, you notice that you're starting to come into, like, this is the foot of the mountain, because Payerbach is very much in a valley, and it was always much colder there than it was even just a bit further up in Potschach or Schlögelmühl. Because the station and the city is surrounded by mountains, so it was always kind of in the shade.
Yeah.
Up to 80 kilometers an hour now. Speeding away.
Ooh. It's going back down to 70 soon.
That's what you think.
Those are just suggestions.
Targets, right?
Yeah.
Loose target. Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Somewhere around here, there are a lot of pastures for cows to the right here. And there's I think it was here, somewhere around here, close to Schlögelmühl or Potschach. There's a kindergarten right next to a cow pasture, which I always felt was kind of wholesome.
It's funny, like we've been driving for the last half hour and the distance count on the top left has gone down by like 1 kilometer because it measures as the crow flies.
Yeah.
We are not moving.
Doing a big S.
Actually, yeah, the distance counter would increase at some point because when you're going back up or like back down the serpentine,
Yeah.
you drive away from your target.
Don't talk to me about strong winds, F block L. Not after Salzburg.
That was so fun.
I think I mentioned that on the stream. We had trains that were derailing and they were just falling over and we couldn't understand why. And then I can't remember who it was, whether it was you, Lucas. No, it was Will. Said, has someone checked the speed of the wind? And we're like, what? No, it's not. Oh my.
Oh.
The wind was about 700 miles an hour. And it was literally blowing the train off the track. It was hilarious.
Yeah, we were all wondering, why is it happening in this scenario and nowhere else? I think the whole train was picked apart first. because we
Yeah,
thought it
everything
was
got
the
ripped
train.
apart. What's going on? We're all sitting there going, no, we don't simulate the wind interfering with the train like that, do we? Yes, we do.
Is this a confirmation for a Wizard of Oz scenario coming
Yeah.
soon?
Click your heels together.
I think I have a video.
There you go, there's another 4024. See, lots of 4024s to see.
Yeah, now we're coming into Gloggnitz, so this is the end of the Mountain Pass Railway, and then we're speeding up.
They've been renovating a lot of these stations around here in the last few years. Gloggnitz and Neunkirchen. Modernizing them, which is probably part of the base tunnel.
Roadrunner, you just the easiest way is to just double bounce the throttle. So if you just double click A or double use it with your controller, then that triggers it. Because in reality, it's done by pushing it down. I don't know if you can do it with the mouse, but yeah, if you just hit it twice like that and then wait a moment, it will stay quiet. There you go. Right, you can speed up now. You get the beep beep. We won't call it meep meep. It's the beep beep because the meep meep is copyright.
I was always wondering, like you can hear the meep meep. If you're, I think they're using it in a 4024 as well. If that's something the driver set up or if that's built in.
No, it's something the driver does. Like I said, in this one, they push down on the throttle when they want to start the train length countdown. So if they're measuring from a speed increase or from some point, they'll tap the throttle down, and then when they hear the meep meep, they know the back of the train has gone past that point.
Oh, I did not know that.
So like this signal here, for example. So if I start the thing and then when it goes meep meep, that's when the signal was at the back of the train.
Very cool. I always thought it had something to do with speed restrictions, just based on the sound.
They may well have been using them for speed increases to know when they were safe to increase.
On the video I can post.
Siefer.
Now let's talk a bit about collectibles. You will find the old staples like route maps and first aid kits. You'll find logs to chop down, and the specific Semmeringbahn collectible are hiker backpacks. And I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I've been asked by the gameplay team what would make sense. I said hiker backpacks, and now they're in there.
Nice.
So you're welcome. No, I'm not gonna take credit for that. I'm not an ideas guy, but
Morgan, the TS Classic version of this route ended at Gloggnitz. It literally just covered the mountain pass. We extended this one out to Wiener Neustadt because that gave a more sensible endpoint for these services.
Siefer.
Otherwise, because they don't stop at Gloggnitz, so it kind of.
Zugbeeinflussung.
That was me doing a very good impression of watching what I was doing.
yes, I think Wiener Neustadt is a much more
Zwangsbremsung.
logical start and end point.
Zwangsbremsung.
Even then, I didn't brake fast enough, so it didn't really matter in the end. So never mind.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zwangsbremsung.
Because it's more time to enjoy the scenery.
Exactly. I just wanted to make sure that at this end of the route PZB works as well.
Zwangsbremsung.
There you go.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung. Siefer, Zwangsbremsung. Siefer, Zwangsbremsung. Türfreigabe.
Can we all stop alarming now?
Türfreigabe.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Türfreigabe.
Now shush train.
Zugbeeinflussung.
We got the point.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
As long as you think everyone believes me, Derek, that's good news. That's good to hear. Train got well upset. I think everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and this is fine.
It's fine. All safety systems are working.
Siefer.
Wanna test the NBU as well. I'll take this.
What was the reason for that 1,000 hertz anyway? Because there doesn't seem to be anything up here. I'm not slowing down. If anything, the speed limit went up.
Give me a second.
My QA tester tonight. No, I'm just a bad driver like normal.
No, the signal
Oh,
was...
it's a red signal that turned green. Fair enough.
Yeah, you're following another train.
In which case, it was a fair cop gov. So I'm looking at chat, trying to answer questions. I should really be paying attention and letting you two look at the chat.
Siefer.
Yeah, if you have if you have any questions, guys, put in the chat. We have some questions from the forums prepared. We went through a few of them already. But yeah. Anything to not distract Matt. But we'll take care of the chat.
Siefer.
Here we are in Neunkirchen. Which means we're getting close to Wiener Neustadt.
14 kilometers at my level of concentration. I should probably start slowing down.
Yes, Matt is still driving in German mode.
Oh no.
Hey!
No.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Oh,
It's the 47!
There's a red signal.
I'm slowing down.
Okay.
I'm panicked.
There was a neutral section.
Which answers my earlier question.
MCB is gonna flip.
Yep.
Bye.
Hauptschalter aus.
Siefer. Siefer.
You guys worry too much. I'm paying attention now, you know? It's all good.
This part of the route, also I have to preface this as something in real life. Welcome back to Jan's Conductor Stories corner. So I was left behind by my driver
Nice.
on a station here once. I was standing outside waiting for the signal to flip to frei, to green. And he just when it did, we didn't have it wasn't time yet for departure, but he just left, and I was still standing outside. And he then didn't pick up his phone when I tried to call him,
Siefer.
so I had to wait for the next train to follow him. And that was the end of my shift. Because I called the dispatcher. I was like, I got left behind by my train driver, and the dispatcher was like, well, time for you to go home. Your train driver isn't driving anymore today. But he was fine. I saw him at a later point, but he probably got a stern talking to.
Siefer.
It was also my last train for the shift. So I got a nice early day off. I think I saw him, like, he had to wait for me at the next station, which I can't remember where it was. But he had to wait for me at the next station, and then I had to empty that train and ask the driver of the other train that I took to follow him, to wait for the people to change trains so they can go back to Vienna. And he had to bring the empty train to Meidling, where the Verschub, rangieren,
Yard.
the yard. Thank you. Bring it back to the yard. Like, he passed me by as I was standing in Wien, Matzleinsdorfer Platz. And we had a short moment where I looked at him and he looked at me as he was passing by. Like,
I'm sorry, I forgot you.
Could have been worse. It could have rained or anything. It was just, I think it was like November, December, so it was cold. But it wasn't raining or snowing.
Lucas, do you want to explain neutral section? Someone was asking earlier on why going through neutral section means that it pops the MCB.
Yeah, I can try. Basically, first of all, neutral sections exist because it's easier for the railway company to distribute the electricity load over big sections, so that if it's not all connected. Why exactly that needs to be done, I'm not sure. That's
power
physics.
just doesn't. You can't transmit power over massive distances like that. It has to. You want to keep it
Yeah.
origined
Would be
to
too big.
different sections within the local, wherever the local power sections are. So you then effectively break the power up into blocks.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And basically between those sections there has to be like a section of no power, because otherwise they would touch. And those sections, so the trains have big inverters in them, which do not respond too well when there's suddenly like a change or drop in voltage, like it happens with a neutral section. So you power the train down first, to make sure that happens in an orderly manner. So you close your MCB. That means open it to mean that the electrical system on the train is gone. Then you pass it and then you close it again, so you get power again. That's the main reason.
Otherwise, you would short the train.
You might short out the train, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the modern locos, if you run into a neutral section, it'll detect it and it'll just shut the MCB itself to protect itself. It was more a thing for older types of locos,
But
it's
you still
common
need to
practice.
remember to close it again afterwards. Unless you got,
Yeah.
I don't know if they do. Have they got the equivalent of APC over in Germany, or is that always done manually?
No, it's done manually.
Yeah, so this first started. I think we did it in Vorarlberg. It was added to Dresden. You suddenly find yourself with that train not able to take power anymore. That's probably why.
Yeah. In certain, it's only for AC, not for DC. So in certain sections of France where there's only DC overhead, for example, you won't get this. Thanks,
And
chat.
Sifa.
we're slowly coming into Neustadt. To your right, you should be seeing the yard for Neustadt, which is like a big freight
Zugbeeinflussung.
yard hub. Either works good.
The other thing, I saw someone commenting about 500 hertz. Do you want to just remind everybody about the situation on 500 hertz?
Yeah, so 500 hertz in Austria are much more rare. They do exist, but not a lot. For example, here on the entrance to Wiener Neustadt you have them because it's a dangerous section after, like a dangerous junction. But most of the route does not have any 500 hertz magnets. They just don't use them. They don't think it's necessary. And yeah, so it's just a safety feature less. It costs money to install. So they install it only in places where it's really like where incident happened or where they think something could happen to make it safer. Just a different approach to Germany.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung. Türfreigabe.
Welcome to Wiener Neustadt.
Türfreigabe.
Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung rechts.
Or somebody's asking why we're using the new PAS screens. They're mostly installed everywhere here now. And yeah, it's just making PIS screens is hard work. So if more than 50% are the new ones anyway. It was just too much work to also make the old ones. Yeah, surprising
The old
little
ones are
amount of
clackers,
people.
aren't they? Are they clackable as they
No,
used to use?
no. They have like they have like an intermediary.
Right.
Oh,
Someone
was
said they
asking,
wanted
can
to
you
see
open-
coaches. Let's go and have a look at coaches.
Do you know if you can open up the mirrors on the 1116?
I think so, yes.
The outside mirrors.
But I don't.
They
just
won't
play
mirror.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah, but you can open them. That was the question.
I think so. Guess I'll.
We'll have a look when I get back in the cab to finish it. And of course, finally, a not working toilet. Right, let's go and have a look.
You only shot them one type of wagon.
Oh, is there two?
I think we have these ones, and then the open ones. Do you know?
Fuck me,
I thought you'd only the BMZ.
Yeah, but they have two types of TV and stuff. Oh no? Oh no, I'm promising too much. I'm sorry. I thought we had the open coach version. Never mind. Too many different coaches.
Remind me how I do the mirrors. This is the mirrors here. You promised me mirrors now, Lucas.
Give me a sec. We have so many trains now, it's hard to see what was what.
One of the foot pedals.
I'm currently starting the logo. Maybe you can go to the next one and I'll tell you what I know.
Right.
Is it one of the okay.
So remind me, Jan, what we're doing next. Is it 4024 next? Or is it freight?
Yeah.
next?
Can't remember. Did you want to take the freight uphill or downhill?
Freight
was
downhill, 4024 uphill.
Let's take the 4024 uphill.
So that was a southbound from. Oh, was it? How we were going to do the 4024? We said we were going to do up from Mürzzuschlag again. Remind me.
Yeah.
What did
why
it
not?
say in the script? We agreed all this stuff.
So, we wanted
Wiener,
to do
Wiener Neustadt. to
Wiener
Semmering.
Neustadt, Semmering.
Southbound. That's
Yeah.
good. That's what I need to know. Wiener Neustadt, 9 o'clock. That one will do. We'll do it like that again. Apparently there's a pedal to open the mirrors in reality. Is it easy to set up AFB? It's exactly the same as all the other German locos, to be honest. Okay. Welcome to the 4024. Excellent. And then left doors. Right, and now over here we've got headlights, PVB, signal lights on white, ABD because C is out of favour, PZB, CIFA because seriously it went so well last time, who could not?
And just to reiterate, say it again, this add-on is going to feature 5 scenarios. I think what was it? 254 timetable services, somewhere around like that.
That being Gen 9 PC, of course, or Series X, Series S, Series X, PS5 PC. The Series S and Gen 8 platforms will have a lesser experience, I'm afraid, due to memory requirements.
Yeah. The route length is 68 kilometers. We're gonna have 17 stations. This comes with the ÖBB 1116 Taurus that we just saw, and the Beam C coaches, as well as the 4024, which I'm currently driving. EMU. You can unlock the ÖBB 5144 DMU as a mastery reward, standing up on top or at Semmering Station. And you can collect route maps, wood logs, first aid kits, and hiker backpacks. And this route releases on April 18th for €35 99, 29 pounds 99, and for $39.99. And you can pre-order it now on Steam for a 10% discount.
Someone's asking, two or three people asking about sounds on the 4024. So we still want to get proper sounds for the 4024. It's still basically based on the I think the Talent 2. However, we're still trying to get the recording trip organised with OBB. So there's not been any progress on that, unfortunately. They've been busy. So as and when the opportunity comes up, we will be out there with all gusto to get new sounds. But at this point in time, I cannot promise when that will happen. This not being out of release thing is nonsense. Finally.
It's safe.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Right. Going to that station next that I'm not going to name. I'm going to defer to Jan to name the next station.
Oh, give it a try.
St. Egid am Steinfeld?
Yes, Santa Giden.
Santa Giden. Okay. I wasn't too far out then.
Yeah. It's a very, very small station. It's basically just 2 platforms in the middle of nowhere. Like in the middle of small woods. I think that those are like set up for wood harvest, because if you're driving through, all the trees are pretty much lined up in a very nice grid. So I'm not sure if that's true, but I always assumed those are those are grown for wood harvest
Could be, yeah.
at some point.
Oops, hello.
I used to work on pretty much all trains going out of Vienna. Be it, or like, I started out as a SKT, which is like a ticket control person. So I was working on 1424s, like this. Then moved up to conductor, working on Dostos, railjets, ICs, you name it.
So you went from a very hated job to a slightly less hated job.
You know, if you're trying to drive, like, hitch a ride without a ticket, you're gonna blame me, but it's really your own fault. Like, and I want to say I was a very nice conductor. There were a lot of situations where I was like, making an exception and being like, okay, you know, you're fine, just move along.
Going to see a lot of freight. As you saw, there's a lot of freight timetable services, and you'll see that by seeing lots of freight around the line. Yes, lots of pink containers. They're actually the only ones that matter, JP. Oh, it's official. Pink containers are so coloured because it's obviously what they claim. They contain the important things, like headphones.
The only reason they don't have cat ears is because of aerodynamics.
Just turn your headphones around the other way, then the aerodynamics works fine.
Oh, there you go. I don't think in real life trains are going from like Doppelstock trains are going from Wiener Neustadt to Spielfeldstraße. IC trains are, but no Dostos. Dostos between Graz and Spielfeldstraße and Marburg, yeah, but that's a bit too far for like a regional train. Here we are in Ascent again.
Yeah, if you livery the coach, it should show up randomly. It is set up like that. Yeah, most of these stations have been modernized recently.
Yeah, like for instance, Santa Gieden, where we currently are, was modernized in 2022 and limited to one platform at a time. They were like doing, like renovating one after the other, meaning a lot of delays because trains had to switch sides, and you know, that's always fun.
So some people ask me always, sometimes on streams and such, about the cruise control on the 4024. Is this lever here? So as and when you're ready for it to activate cruise control, you just flip it to on. So if I hang on a second till I get to about 135. And then pop it on, it cuts the power and holds it where it's at, drops it down to the nearest unit of 5. And then if I want to increase the speed, I can just use button 7 down here and it'll increase it in units of 5. So now it'll bump the speed up to 140 for me. And then when you turn cruise control off, you just put your throttle back to 0 or just pull that lever back to cruise off. Dead easy to use.
Pretty similar to the Talent 2.
Very similar to the Talent 2 actually, yeah. It's almost like they're in the same family. It's strange. I'll text it in a minute, Bex, but the cruise on off is usually control R.
Stop is
When you ask neutral section if they are either left or right, they would prefer to remain neutral.
No. No. No one asked you for that kind of assault on the stream's good senses.
The next up is Neunkirchen. The NÖ stands for Niederösterreich or Lower Austria, which is a state. Yes, I assume there's another Neunkirchen station somewhere in Austria, apparently.
Duckwatcher Gaming, I assume that's going to be a Twitch related thing or a YouTube related thing, because I'm not getting any errors or warnings showing up on the transmit software. It's going up clean.
Yeah, stream looks good on my end.
In fact, I've got the stream running on the left hand side here and it's clean as a whistle.
Someone else in the forums was asking, are there any services which run either part, either the curvy hillsides on Semmering or just the racetrack only? So, say only a run from Gloggnitz to Wiener Neustadt or only from Gloggnitz to Mürzzuschlag?
Not directly. I mean, you have the ones to Peierbach, but you can always spawn in Gloggnitz and just take over a train that comes along. There are tricks.
Or add one yourself with free roam.
Oh yeah, yeah. Free roam pathing is a little bit tricky on the mountain section.
Yes, you're going to need some waypoints to make sure you stay on the correct side.
Yeah.
I don't think we will. I don't think we have it modeled, but when we come into Gloggnitz, I think on the left-hand side there should be the Lindt chocolate factory. It's a like a big building with the Lindt logo on it.
We'll be
Yeah, we
getting
tend to
accused
not-
of taking sides in the chocolate wars. Oh, hello.
Yeah. I think we did the Milka factory. We didn't do the Lindt one. What does that mean?
Oh no! I did not know there's a secret chocolate war going on.
Neither did
Yeah,
I, to be
Vorarlberg.
honest, but apparently there is.
On Vorarlberg in Gloggnitz, the Milka factory is directly next to the station. So we did that.
This isn't the correct purple color.
No, the Lindt train is not coming to Tuesday. I didn't know they were in Gloggnitz. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's like right next to the tracks on the left hand side.
Well, I'd be surprised if there isn't some representation there, then. We'll have a look when we get to Gloggnitz.
I prefer Milka, I'm sorry.
Views expressed on the stream do not represent the views of the company.
I'm pretty sure we have
See,
agreements with the parent company of Milka and not with Lindt, so it's fine.
I've got to represent my my home state. I'm a Rittersport kind of guy. Gloggnitz. Ooh, and it has the new wood roofing for the station roofs. It's very nice. Another
station-
question.
Oh,
Go ahead,
no,
Lucas.
this station was done by Carl. He does great stations.
Does look great. I do like the color of the platform and the wood lattice roof. I think those are very nice looking roof sets. It's a weird thing to say, but still.
It's okay. I like roofs too. Like,
I was gonna say, someone else, another question from the forums. Are the new passenger improvements mentioned in the April roadmap implemented in this route at all? They did not specify which improvements they meant, other than the April
I presume
roadmap.
that's going to be about character animations and positions and such. I mean,
So,
that's a core
I was-
thing, kind of, I think. I don't know exactly
Yeah.
what's gone into this route, though.
I was giving this a quick go earlier today, and I did see passengers with backpacks
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah, we've seen those
pulling
on the stream.
their suitcases behind. And of course, there's a selfie guy up at Semmering. Another question, which I probably should have asked while we were still on the 1116, was, does the Taurus have the energy counter like the Vectron? And I think I saw it. I think it's the kilonewton
yeah,
circular thing going up.
it does. Yeah.
So the answer
Well, we're
would
going to be
yes.
doing the 1116 again in a minute for freight, so someone remind us to show.
Roofs. I would like to do a good roof joke, but it'll probably go over your head.
Stop googling jokes, Lucas. Someone take that man's Google away.
No more dad jokes for you.
That wasn't actually Googled. I thought long about that.
Wonder why you've been quiet.
My head was stuck on the roof.
Yeah, ever since Jan said you like the roof, that was it. Oh, I'm off. I'm gonna think of something. I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Got to talk to the boys down in the lab.
Yeah, do you want to just remind us what the collectibles are again? Get a question from the chat,
Yes.
which I'm obviously not looking at.
The collectibles are the standard route maps and first aid kits that you find in our other routes. You'll also find wooden logs to split, and the unique collectible for this route are hiker backpacks, because Semmering obviously is a very popular hiking destination. And I've seen them in game. Those are nice, like proper nice, kind of old school hiking backpacks.
Do the hiker backpacks have a little poem on them with a certain number of words on about them?
There's pins on them, if I remember. Wait, I took a screenshot. I need to start up Steam again for this. Close it down because it's like I don't want to be distracted. Now I'm distracted.
That joke appears to have gone over everybody's head, but never mind. Maybe it was a rubbish joke.
If there was, well, if there was a joke, it went over my head. I'm sorry.
Haiku.
Oh. See, Lucas, Matt, unlike us, is allowed to make dad jokes.
Yeah, but he's also quite a lot old.
Oi! Wow.
Okay.
Personal now. People team.
Yes. Hello, HR. Yeah, it's happening again.
Is it illegal to state facts?
Right, where's this chocolate factory?
To the left, but actually at the station, so it's a bit.
Yeah, it's closer to the station. I'm looking at a backpack now because I already had the thing open. They're like proper old school, like linen cloth backpacks with like a leather lid and a Austrian flag patch like on the front. So they're looking pretty nice.
Yeah, if you go into no, not yet.
Should be coming around here.
Yeah, at the end of this curve.
I mean, provided
It's there. That's it. It's just I think it's missing a logo, but for obvious reasons. That's where all the nice chocolate comes from.
Yeah, there is the big grey building. It doesn't look sweet from the outside, but I would imagine the smell.
I was going to say the Cadbury's factory in Birmingham doesn't look anything special from the outside.
Yeah, you don't want to attract people too much.
Other than with all the sugar in the air, you kind of fall into diabetic coma the minute you're within a certain range of it.
Definitely not good for me.
No.
I grew up in the area where Knorr, which is a big like instant soup and instant food kind of producer, as like the main factory, and within like a mile radius, it smells like vegetable soup bouillon.
Nice. See, that sounds
And-
great.
No. You say that.
Not as bad as we had a sugar factory in Bury St Edmunds, just the next town over from where I live, and a sugar factory. I don't even want to describe the smell. It's vile.
Yeah, I know that. It's pretty bad. That's horrible. Oh,
The yellow smoke coming out of the chimneys is joy. Joe Kim, Cadbury's was actually the first one we probably did in this great chocolate race that we're doing, because that was on the Birmingham route.
sadly, the city of Rittersport has no train line.
Curses.
I'm never gonna go there.
I'm gonna see it as an absolute win, because that way I can't lose the chocolate war.
Hershey's next when they learn how to make chocolate that tastes good. Controversial.
I mean, I say all this, I'm not even a big fan of chocolate. I'm like a white chocolate guy, which isn't even real chocolate. It's just sugar and fat. Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm usually also more a fan of savory stuff. You know, like a nice bar of white chocolate. Pretty good. Pretty good. If you want really good chocolate, you need to try Zotter, which I think is an Austrian brand. They have some very high quality stuff.
York is round
like-
trees, is it, Nigel? Interesting information.
Someone's asking, do you like Easter eggs? I had this conversation with the community team before Easter. We had a call, and it was before the Easter weekend, and everyone was very excited for Easter eggs, like chocolate Easter eggs. And me, the only German in the community team, was like, what the Easter egg are you talking about? Because I don't think it's really a thing around here. It's like the Cadbury egg, like I'm aware of them, but it's not that big of a thing.
We
But we
have them, but it's more common to put out actual painted eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they were talking about. Oh, I bought so many chocolate eggs. Like, why? I mean, I think we around here, like in Germany and Austria, you get the chocolate Easter bunny, that kind of stuff.
I don't think I've had an actual Easter egg in years. Probably a good thing.
We are actually.
I think there's like a Milka.
There will be another entry to the chocolate factory war
Oh,
next year.
Oh, okay. Spoilers. Everyone feverishly Googling now.
Luckily, there are a lot of chocolate factories.
We gotta throw them off the scent now.
Eagle action? What do you mean, JP? No, I didn't steal any Easter eggs, did I? No, I didn't. I was told to take one off of the Easter egg train on Easter weekend on the railway. Because obviously, if you're in a if you're on a model railway and you have hopper cars, obviously on Easter Sunday they have to be filled with the mini eggs. It's the law.
Yeah, I would love for us to do the 1144, but no plans, sadly. But you never know.
You know, say the line, Bart. If it's not on the roadmap.
It ain't happening.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint. There's a lot of stuff I think we all would like to do. Like
all the
everyone.
trains on all the routes in all the time periods. That's what we need
Pretty
in the
much,
game.
yeah.
Please, Lucas, make it happen.
Yeah. What?
Chop chop. I think I've said this before. I really would like more routes in Baden-Württemberg. So I'm going to like Karlsruhe, Stuttgart, those corners, but you know. Es ist kein Wunschkonzert.
I love that as a concept. Where you go to a concert and you can wish they play.
And you can what?
Where you can wish what they. In Germany, there's like this idiom where you say it's not a wish concert. So it's like not a concert where you go to and wish for the music to be played. The music is given. But I would love to go to a concert where you can wish for music.
Just go up to the stage and be like, play Freebird! And then they do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still haunted by the fact that we just can't get enough in the trailer for TSW4. Because in Germany there's now this ad by Vodafone, big telecom company, and they also use that, and it's everywhere.
Oh.
And I always get reminded.
I dodged a bullet then by moving to Austria.
Yes.
It's not arrived here yet. We're approaching Payerlach-Reichenau, which is we're now slowly making our way up the Semmering. This is like how would you say the outliers, the foot of the mountain.
This
And you
one is also ending there, or are we going across the
We're
whole
going to
mountain?
Semmering,
Ah, okay.
and then we're going to take the freight train from Mürzzuschlag up to Semmering.
Okay.
You can already see like the change in scenery, where even just a few stations before the surroundings were quite flat and like even. It is now getting quite mountainy. Another fun fact about my time as a conductor. this platform here on the right for like half a year. At some point, someone dropped like a chicken egg on the platform during summer, and it was stuck there for like half a year.
Oh.
That's it. That's the story. That's all I have.
I was waiting for the for the point.
No, that's
Just leaving us with a bad egg.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm a bad egg.
I think he's cracked, folks.
I made it to the yolk of the joke. It's not the yellow from the egg. It's a Dinglish joke.
Very the hatchet piece. Coop. That's a weird name.
Coop?
Coop.
There's a lot of interesting city
wait.
names in Austria.
We haven't talked about this. On the right here is the I think it's also known as the Höllentalbahn. It's like a little electric railway that goes like 5 kilometers of the mountain. And here's a funny trivia. So when we planned to do Niddertalbahn, this was also an option, but it's actually like it's really short. So I'm glad we didn't do it because we wanted to do something short first, and then we, by chance, came back here for this one and was like, hey, I looked at this quite a while. Not to be confused with the Höllentalbahn in Freiburg, Baden-Württemberg. That was also really nice. Very weird that they named the same. Confusing.
I mean, there's only so many names you can come up with, I guess.
We're in a different country. You start again from scratch then, don't you?
I don't know. For another route, I've been looking at castles again. And when I googled them, a lot of castles are named the same. There was one, we had like 10, there were 10 castles with the same name. Trying to find pictures is not fun.
No.
I think it's really interesting how some like city or place names where they're coming from, because like back in the day, like 200 years ago, the cartographer would just go through the countryside and like ask local farmers that can't write or read, be like, what's this called? And they just say something, and then he wrote it down, and that was the name. It's like that's how they're, yeah. And I imagine that's how Coop got named as well. Not to belittle people from Coop. I'm sure it's a lovely place, but
You've just insulted how many people? 192.
oh no.
They're all on the station as well, by the looks of it.
The whole town has come to greet us.
Wait, Matt, stop.
Can't get weighted.
I love routes with the distant mountains like this. Just such a different backdrop to just sky.
Talking about mountains, we've had some people in our forums worried about performance on consoles, especially Xbox Series X. Can you tell us a bit about how distant mountains are performing?
So this
Distant mountains,
performance
they're
thing,
not
or is
really.
this the fact that they're not actually? Because the problem we're aware of with the Xbox is that the landscape render distance is a lot shorter on an Xbox Series X than it is on, say, a PS5 or PC. So you, I mean, I saw feedback from people looking at the Nina line, who were then comparing it when they watched videos of it on PC, saying that they weren't seeing any of that glorious distant terrain. And it's because, like I said, the Xbox Series X has currently got the loading distance of an Xbox Gen 8, which is also why it runs a bit faster than a PS5. It has an average higher frame rate than a PS5. So we're looking at what we do about that, because part of the problem there is if we load in all these extra tiles, then it will consume memory, and we need to make sure that on a Series X that's fine, there's bags of memory to play with, but it can't do that on a Series S because there is no memory to play with. So it's something being looked into. We don't have an answer for you at the moment.
I think we did actually start to change that, so that will run out at some point. Yeah, so PC and stuff is 9 kilometers, and I think the Xbox X uses the Xbox One ones, which are like 5 kilometers, so that's why you're missing the distance.
Kev, I'm driving the 4024.
Oh, one of our guys who lays down the hectometer boards, he really didn't like this route because in Germany they're at least every 200 meters, but in Austria they're often every 100 meters, so it's double the amount of work. It's partly automated now. We wrote a little tool, but it's still double the amount of work. Why Austria? Why?
To be more precise. What happens if your train breaks down after 100 meters? Or in Germany, and there's like another 100 meters to the next hectometer tafel. You don't know where you are.
This only tells me that the Austrian people have bad memory. Or bad sense of orientation.
Is there anyone in this area we haven't upset yet? Can we see if we can go for the trifecta?
I think we haven't talked about. We haven't talked about Liechtenstein yet. Could do that.
Anyway, we're now arriving in Eichberg. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung rechts. I think actually, like in regards to safety systems, Austrian, like the ÖBB, is a lot stricter than the DB.
We can have a discussion.
I see. Massive disagreement there.
I remember like having to learn calculations for how to secure a train on the open track. And
I mean, one of the reasons for that is that in Austria, everybody can become a train driver with minimal training, while in Germany it's a multi-year state course, which like is overseen by the state. So maybe they need more safety. Shots fired.
I mean, it's. I personally think as a general, like, ÖBB is very understaffed. Like it used to be. I talked to a lot of like older colleagues that have been drivers for like 30 plus years, and it used to be that for ÖBB you need to start as a how would you say, like a metaller, like a Schweißer.
Yeah.
You need to do like a practical job, and then after your apprenticeship, you can then move on to train driver. And the same was from conductors. Conductors started as conductors used to be like luggage conductors for like the luggage coach, and then like work alongside as a trainee, like a experienced conductor for like a year before they and like my conductor training was like 3 months, and then that's it, which is, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, things change. It's just I remember from stuff like calculating like rules for how many what is even the English translation for a Hemmschuh? Scotch block? Skid? Yeah. Like for how many skids you need to use to secure a train. That was all like done by weight and everything, and I think in Germany they now do it with kilonewtons and like power of the brake, like how strong your brakes are, was all calculated by length and number of axles and all that kind of stuff. And I think in Germany it's all kilonewtons and a very simple math. And even when taking trains to Germany, like the ICE to Passau, where German colleagues would take over, we would have to print out like a list of cars with all the info on it, or like do the calculations ourselves. I think conductors for the DB today don't even need to do that anymore. They don't need to look at the wagon list at all anymore. So I think they relaxed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But again, it's I haven't worked as a conductor for almost a year, so it's been a while.
Oh, well, I'm not allowed to comment. I don't work at the railway.
Neither do I anymore. So take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
Okay.
Klamm Schottwien. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Schlamm is such a weird German word.
That's like it's like moist, but not
Soggy.
nice. Not really. Yeah.
Soggy or clammy,
Yeah.
apparently. Between moist and dry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird junction time.
Huh. Two more stops to Semmering, right? Oh no, it's more.
3, including Semmering.
Someone saying cool spot. Yeah, I think this is like for train spotters, for like photographers. This is like a very popular area. Especially I think around Eichberg. I think we can look down to Peyerbach. Can find a lot of pictures around that area. Regarding the sound upgrade for the 4024, Matt was saying earlier, that's something we need to work with ÖBB, but unfortunately at this point, it's a lot of scheduling and.
Well, at the
contract
moment,
stuff.
the OBB depot is actually running on. It's still running under COVID regulations, which means they're not permitting external non-essential people in their depot.
Hmm.
But we are still talking to them about opportunities. So if there's an opportunity that comes up in a different way, then there's something we'll explore.
Yeah, a lot of chocolate factories. Sorry.
People
I
already
know.
trying to
Yeah.
suss you out.
I also never mentioned which country. Mm.
Quick, get out a whiteboard. Start connecting the dots.
I have to say, I'm really enjoying the scenery. It's very pretty, very different.
Yeah. It's like one of the nicest views you can have. To be fair, I've never been to. I've never been to Innsbruck, which I would assume would also have nice views. But there's the tunnel again.
I'm gonna look out the
See if
window
we
this
can-
time so I don't get shouted at.
See if we can spot that Easter egg Lucas was hinting at.
You need to actually like.
It's too late now. The specific instructions you should have provided them.
Can fly the camera out. The camera is not locked in. Right. Right. Oh, you meet behind you. Bottom.
Oh, very cool.
I'm hurt. Take me home, Mom.
Mountain rescue.
Just make a note of that, everyone. It was 2.5 hours into the stream when Lucas was calling for his mummy.
Turn that into a soundboard.
Oh no. Don't give them ideas.
Nächster Halt Breitenstein. Aufstieg in Fahrtrichtung rechts.
The white stone.
Oh yeah, Lucas isn't going to get the end of it after calling me old.
It's okay, I can live with that.
It's my 50th birthday this year.
You can hold a community poll on if that's old or not.
Oh, we've got 2 more station, Wolvo's crew, and then Semmering. That character scene there will be the same one each time.
The one leaning against a building.
No, that one too, I think. But the one with the injured hiker.
Yeah.
He was trying to make a joke about poems with limited word counts, and that was the result of the assault he got from the team that was next to him.
I'm starting to feel bad.
I'm loving the rock face.
So how much of that is done with LIDAR and how much of that is that?
The rock face will be done
Like-
with scenery, won't it?
Yeah, the rock face is scenery assets. Basically, we could extract that from LIDAR, like because Austria actually offers 25 centimeter accuracy LIDAR now.
Jeez.
That could look quite good, but that would be way too much. So it's to make this in any way performant, you kind of need to take one part of it and replicate it so it can get instanced, batched. Because it's easier for the graphics card to run one phase 1,000 times than to run 1,000 different ones.
And here's the aqueduct called Kalte Rinne again.
How do they come up with these names? Kalte Rinne.
I guess it's a flow of cold water.
Yeah.
If it really carried water back in the day. An aqueduct. Or maybe because it crosses like a small stream of water.
Ein Rinnsal.
Yes. Das Update für die Xbox sollte hoffentlich morgen kommen. Da sind wir ein bisschen gebunden an Microsoft. Ja, da wird noch dran gearbeitet. Aber wir hoffen morgen. Ansonsten wird halt etwas später.
Hello, Major. Welcome to the stream. I waved at the camera there, but obviously you couldn't see that bit. It occurs to me now. So just imagine that happening. It was great.
Routenvorschläge am besten im Forum. Can one of the mods send the link to the suggestion forum, please? Pretty please.
The challenge I'm casting out to the community is if you look at if you do a Google search for Semmering, you'll find there's a lot of really beautiful photographs. Replicate them.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for screenshots from this route. Thank you, GP. Much appreciated.
I was about to comment mods are asleep. Go ham.
No, they're doing God's work. Yeah, you definitely should, and it's very easy to reach, at least still before the tunnel is done. Like there's trains going up like once an hour, so it's very, very comfortable to get there, and then you can go hiking, or if you're there in the winter you can go skiing, or just train spotting.
Der ÖBB-IC kann man auch bis Rosenheim fahren.
I don't think there are any walking paths, DJ Snap Attack, no. Right, next stop is it for the 4024, and we're going to go and have a look at some freight.
Struggle up a hill.
1.1 kilometers to Semmering.
You can drive all trains you want on this in free roam or in scenario planner. No problem.
Man, can you imagine taking an ICE up this route?
I think it'd be efficient.
Yeah, there is a bug with station signs. We have a fix, but I'm not sure when it's coming out.
Yeah, it's one of those bugs that feels like it. Surely it's quite straightforward. It's just missing. It isn't. It is there, and it turns out to be a core fix. Stupidly. But this core fix will fix all instances across all routes of those things happening. So it's also a good fix. Semmering.
I was very happy to see that you also modeled the Signalzustimmung at the end of the platform.
Is that light? Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, it's no use for the train driver. This is only for the conductor. But it's still cool that it's there.
I think I made the model long ago, but we didn't have time to implement it all into Vorarlberg. So this is why this is the first time here.
Right, so that's Semmering in the 4024.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh, my stream is lagging behind like 5 minutes, never mind.
Well, it says it's Semmering.
Yeah, I was watching the YouTube stream and you're still one station.
That's why I'm sharing my screen with you on Discord, Lucas, so you can see it live. Right, let's go to something with the freight. Should we have a short run with the freight? Just wanted to show some freight, to be honest. I think the freight, some freight work comes even without layers. Is that right, Lucas? And then there's a lot more freight with layers.
Yeah.
Someone was asking earlier before we started the 4024 run if we could do a run in snow. I'm not sure if that makes it complicated for a freight run.
Definitely harder.
You know what? Let's try it. What can go wrong, eh? I need to pick a not summer date, I guess. Fog off, precision, wetness can come. Actually, let's put the wetness off. Cloud level, we'll put a little bit of cloud, no wind. We've got a service, 8:19 AM. Let's go later in the day so that you can see what we're looking at.
Yeah, so a little bit of freight comes from Vorarlberg, but everybody should own that at this point. Then you have more layers of freight from Maintalbahn. And another layer of freight from Dresden-Riesa. That should be it. And from the Vectron.
Right. Gotta wait. Oh, I got a double header. Yay.
How heavy is your train?
1,400 tons.
That's gonna be fun.
Well, I didn't come here to be bored. Where's this power reader that we were going to have a look at?
On the right. In the display, it's automatic.
Oh, is that this thing?
Oh, also,
Yeah.
also the mirrors should be a foot pedal.
No, I just checked. I don't think they are actually activated. I've seen the bones, but they're not hooked
okay.
up. So apparently we haven't made them usable yet.
When Lucas says yet, he means we aren't going to be making them usable.
Sorry.
Uh, 185.5, 185.2 do not turn up on the timetable. No, Leandro. If you look at the beginning of the screen, I showed you all the trains that show up. It uses
I can ask.
freight stock, but it doesn't use locos.
I can ask why we didn't make them usable, but I assume it's just not a great experience because they're not gonna be mirroring anyway.
Yeah, we generally don't implement mirrors for that reason, because they
Yeah.
don't mirror. Like a nice violin concerto as we depart the station.
Sifa.
I really like that. That's do re mi when you speed up the train.
The one that interests
very
me is the
fitting.
last tone is off key, and that's real. The last tone, the last of the tones goes up, I think 1.5 semitones or something. It sounds odd, but it is completely appropriate.
Do, 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 do. Hope you enjoyed my musical presentation.
Yeah, go back to the jokes.
I'm tired. It's been a long day. I'm sorry.
What is your favourite bit about this route? I mean, other than the scenery, the general driving experience. I really enjoy the driving experience of this route, above and beyond the scenery, because you've got different experiences. You go up as you go down. It's that for me. It's one of the things I always liked about it in Train Sim Classic.
Siefer.
But yeah, the scenery is definitely a highlight. It's hard to repeat.
Siefer.
Apparently we're fighting, Matt.
Well, you are. I'm just winning.
Oh! Wow!
No.
They should see us in normal meetings.
Guys, I don't like it when mom and dad are fighting.
I'm gonna quote Matt today. Matt said that he and me will go in a meeting, and I will kick him senseless until he agrees with me.
Siefer.
Quote end.
Hello, HR. Yeah, it's happening again.
No. We have fun at Dovetail. Dovetail is a good
Siefer.
company.
Yes,
Siefer.
very much so.
So go apply. That's a nice shot. You're slowing down.
I know.
Okay.
That's why he did it.
Yeah, it was intentional. Somehow I managed to.
Yeah.
That's it. This is speeding up. It's fine. It's all good. Right on the edge of wheel slip.
Look, if this is because of snow, you can blame me. It's my fault. I'll take the L on that one.
Yeah, you'd think, oh, why isn't there an extra loco? So we can't generate, they can't dynamically add trains to a consist. And you either then have to make all of the trains work to the worst possible performance, which means that your summer trains are going to be too short, no fun. Or you have to occasionally find a service which is going to be a little mini nightmare like this. But hey, I'm here for the nightmares. Right, Lucas?
Ouch.
Someone's saying
Siefer.
we have a secret boxing room in the basement. To which I only can say the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club.
Exactly.
I mean, this is mainly why they're doing the Semmering base tunnel. Because it's so much faster to send freight through. Because I would imagine pretty much all freight services are going to be sent through the tunnel exclusively. Which also means they can make the services, like the trains, longer, the consists.
Yeah, and use less locos, because if it's going through the tunnel, it'll only need a single loco on the front.
Yeah. So it's more efficient all around.
Oh, you've seen my pink headphones, James,
Siefer.
in the training centre.
Way. No, there are not enough screens in that office and training center. Matt has way more.
No, this is true. If it's not got at least 7 monitors, then that's clearly not my desk. It's a hot desk.
How? That seems like a ADHD nightmare.
I mean,
Each
I also
one
got
has a
used-
purpose, you know.
I think Matt has more smaller ones. I use 3 very big ones.
So I've got a single 42-inch 4K, which is effectively the equivalent of 4 screens, which is why I like it.
Yeah, okay.
And then I've got two 1080p's, one on either side.
Yeah, I got 3 34-inch monitors. 1 widescreen. But I wish I had more. I always need more screen space. Unreal. Your train is getting a little stuck.
Yeah, I got Seaford.
Starting up
that's-
again is gonna be really fun.
Let's get out and push.
He's going. He's going.
C4.
Oh,
C4.
almost
doubt,
at 4
let wheel
kilometers
slip
per hour.
protection.
There it is.
Oh, I can annoy. Ah, wait, where it is?
Zwangsbremsung.
Nice.
We should say this was a Discord soundboard sound. It was not in game.
Sorry. Yes. The Battle of the Ages, Matt P versus Sifa. Which is older? No.
Apologies,
Matt,
folks. I lost my. Something went wrong with the connection, and OBS auto reconnected it. So hopefully it's all back fine for everyone. Oh, it was Twitch. Yeah, Twitch went offline. Yeah.
It's back, yeah.
I do like the colour though in the winter with the red train and the white. There's just something nice about that. Like, go away, Sifa. There's just something nice in the colour. It's like a mono scene with a red train in the middle. There's probably an artistic term for that or something.
So you want us to do more German red locos?
I'm a big fan of German red locos. I mean, if I was to link over to the Sixth Sense movie at this point, who could tell me why I'm linking over to the Sixth Sense movie at this point? Other than the obvious things about apparently I need a Sixth Sense to drive this train, but...
Gets a bit more shallow here, so you can speed up again. Whew.
Just a bit conscious of time.
Yeah, we'll just get to this station, I think, and we'll press the escape button. We've seen the winter. It's lovely.
Yeah, I hate to be a buzzkill. But I am streaming from a bedroom, and my better half has to work tomorrow early. So, you know.
Right, let's escape this. Just have a quick look at Wiener Neustadt then. By the way, my Sixth Sense reference is because all of the key moments in Sixth Sense, a key item in the scene is always red. If you rewatch the movie, if you didn't know that, you'll find and look for when things turn up. Anytime there's a scene with something red in it is a key thing. There you go. Right.
I think that's the only Bruce Willis movie that I haven't seen.
What we'll do is
It's like one of his biggest movies.
We'll do that. Actually, I'll take it up clouds again. Not foggy. And we'll do that. And I want at night time, you twit. What are you doing?
While Matt is looking for a service run, let's quickly talk about the base information for this route. Release is on April 18th, so in exactly 7 days. It will. It's available to pre-order right now on Steam with a 10% discount. You'll get collectibles like route maps, first aid kits, wood logs, as well as the unique collectible hiker backpack. And it comes with the ÖBB 1116 Taurus, the ÖBB BMZ coaches, as well as the ÖBB 4024 EMU.
Oh, desk light's down here, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, that's effective, isn't it?
I mean, you don't want to get blinded by it, so.
No, I got the brightness set up.
Top.
Why can't you adjust the headlights on all trains like we want? Does not. I don't know what you mean. Skip's got all the headlight options it should have. So you've got your main headlight controls for brightness levels here, and then on the back here is the main dial for what lights come on front and back.
Yeah, typically all trains we do have all the options they have in reality. So, what do you mean?
Someone's been asking what the mastery for this route is. It's the ÖBB 5144 DMU. That's sitting at Semmering Station on the platform next to the monument.
But why isn't sea lighting? I don't know what you mean.
Sifa.
Oh, behind you on the wall.
Where the sea isn't lit up.
There is no sea.
There is no sea, because there isn't supposed to be a sea.
Sifa.
Someone really didn't like sea. I also prefer Canon and D.
They didn't see that coming.
Sorry.
Similarly, first class and the board bistro are not included.
Ziffer.
Unfortunately, due to time restraints. It's just not enough time.
Lucas, what's the LZB situation on this train? I know I could turn it on in the corridor, but I don't think the route has LZB on it, does it? Because only
The
goes
route
up-
doesn't, no. But the loco works with LZB and other routes. No,
Okay.
no problem. No problem there.
Ziffer. AFB. 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 Ziffer.
Just run this for a little bit. Just to give you a better picture of the, because I think it's relatively unlit in a lot of places along the route. Is that right? Yeah, Jan?
Yeah, like a lot of this is going through basically the countryside. So especially this part towards Sant'Egiden is going through through forest. So there's not going to be a lot of lighting.
But it was one of the things that was called out when in the group of things that the beta testers said. They said that particularly like the night lighting pass on the route. I thought it was very appropriate, so
Ziffer.
that's good to know.
Ziffer.
No, the route quality is very nice. Enjoy this one.
Sorry?
No, I just said the route quality is very nice. I really enjoyed this one, how it turned out. It's good. Fun one. Not my type of route. Prefer networks. Yeah, if you look on this at this area in like Google Maps, there's like a huge forest surrounded by normal farmland, but they left this out.
Ziffer.
The railway crosses right through that.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this earlier. Like the trees here between Sant'Egiden and Neustadt are like in real life are all set up in like nice rows, like a grid, which makes me think they're like set up for wood harvesting, or maybe they've been replanted. I don't know.
Ziffer.
But it's very it's very unnatural looking, very odd.
Just because I'm from Frankfurt, we don't need to do Frankfurt.
That's not what you keep telling me.
We need to do Frankfurt. So Matt, when do we get Frankfurt?
Which one?
Oh. Imagine us doing the wrong Frankfurt and announcing it as Frankfurt but not telling them which one, and then it's Frankfurt Oder. trouble.
Lucas, is this thing doesn't seem to be going up?
Maybe it's disabled in ÖBB mode. I saw it working. Oh boy, let me... On board. Where is it?
Siefer.
Just run it down to Gloggnitz and then we'll end it there. Cars over here on the right, on the left. Nice bit of rattling going on in the cab.
I might need to ask people, because I swear this energy counter was working.
Siefer.
If you can find out, Lucas, and then let the community team know so they can pass the message on in the forums.
Yep.
We'll let you know, folks, about this is about the thing that counts the amount of power you're using. Yeah, I'm on my PC, Nigel. Not far to go now.
Siefer. Siefer.
Pressing circle on the controller in order to see from P to B at the same time if it was fixed after DRA. It's not so much that it was a single fix, it needs to be, they need to remember to do it on each train. So, Lucas, can you go and talk to Loco team about that?
Yep.
I'm not going to suggest it will change, but we'll see with the what's going on. There may be a good reason for it.
Siefer.
I remember a bug about that, so it might be already in the system. Might already be fixed and just not released. I'll find out.
What year is this route set in?
This is this year.
Oh,
This is current.
Siefer.
there you go. 2023.
For
It is. Yeah, well, come on.
it's just making sure you're still not in last year.
It's, there's so
There's
much
the
going
sugar,
on
there's
right now.
the local sugar factory on the left there.
Nice and lit up.
Yeah, the chocolate has to be produced round the clock to make people happy.
There's Gloggnitz. So that's giving you an idea of the night lighting you can expect. But I'd imagine my expectation is from this point on, I wouldn't expect to see tons of light. But the team have looked to find lights where they can, and as you can see, put a specific effort into night lighting, which is very good to see.
Yeah, from your mount it's gonna get darker and darker. There's like some lighting on the left-hand side.
It must be reasonably quite dramatic in the golden hours, morning and night, and dawn and dusk, but particularly with the sun low on the mountains and coming in and out of sight as you go around, various parts of the route. That must be quite something.
Yes, Payerbach, is very, very dramatic in that regard. I've had a lot of, early mornings there, and since it is, almost being hugged by the two mountainsides, as it is in this like U-shaped valley, you can see like the long shadows cast by the mountain behind you. So yeah, very, very nice looking. I have like on one of my first shifts, I took a photo of a sunrise. Gotta see where I have that saved. I can share that when I find it.
Sifa.
No plans to work on additional coaches at this point, the pier. Right, we got to Gloggnitz. I think that's it. Have we got anything else to cover off before we finish? I think that's it, isn't it?
Yep.
I think we showed very extensively what we have to offer.
Yeah, I think we showed what people were asking for, answered a bunch of questions. So hopefully you've got all the information you need and you've seen it. So let me put it on the chat window again, and you can take us out. Where is it? It's there.
There we are. Yeah, I hope all of you enjoyed this stream as much as the three of us did. I'm just gonna talk for all three of us now. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is Semmeringbahn. It's releasing on April 18th in just 7 days. You can pre-order it now on Steam with a 10% discount. It's gonna come with 5 scenarios, 254 timetable services. I'm gonna thinking off the top of my head. 6 to 8 kilometers long, 17 stations. The ÖBB 1116 Taurus loco, as well as the BMC coaches, and the ÖBB 4024 comes with that as well. So if you don't have that yet, you don't have to own it to drive it here with the Semmeringbahn. Releasing for €35.99, 29.99 British pounds, and 39.99 USD. Yeah, that's pretty much from me from marketing talk. Anything else from you,
Lucas? Last words?
No.
Sounds ominous, doesn't it? Really?
I'm just gonna insult people again, so that's not.
Okay. Well, thanks very much. Oh, go on. Sorry.
No, I just gonna say bye. Thanks for a nice evening, and see you guys soon.
Thank you very much for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've got everything you needed to find out about the route. Go and ask questions on the forum if you have any, and the community team I know will be busily going to watch and trying to help out. So, otherwise than that, have a great rest of what's left of the night, and we'll catch you on the next stream. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you then, everyone. Bye.
There's a mouse here somewhere. There it is. Hang on. Bye.